So the All-Star Game is back in the Bay Area, home of Steph Curry and the Warriors, and they're bringing a whole new format. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I first saw this format, I didn't really like it. I thought it was kind of corny, kind of cheesy, but upon further review, I think I see the vision now. I think I see what Adam Silver was going for. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the new format. I'm going to explain the rules, explain the teams, the prize, all that good stuff. Then I'm going to explain to y'all why I think that if everyone does their job, if everything goes according to plan, why this could be one of the more entertaining All-Star games we've seen in a long time. Lastly, I'm going to give my predictions for each round, who I think is going to win the whole thing and walk out with that prize money. Yo, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. We're only 44 away, and then we can monetize this joint, you feel me? So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, show your boy some love, give this video a thumbs up, and then go ahead and hop in them comments and let me know what you think of the All-Star Game format, if you like the changes, if you don't like them, which players you're looking forward to seeing play, and who you think's gonna win the whole thing. Okay, so first the rules, the format. So the 24 All-Stars were broken down into 3 8-man teams drafted by the TNT crew, Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny. Now, the draft was pretty much a formality. They already knew what they were going to do, but they did exactly what they were supposed to do, all right? So Team Chuck. Team Chuck is pretty much all international guys. You got Jokic, you got Wemby, you got Shea, you got Sengun, Siakam, Cat. Giannis was replaced by Trey because he's hurt with a calf strain, and then you got Donovan Mitchell. So pretty much all international guys for Team Chuck, right? Then you got Team Kenny. Team Kenny is the young guns, all the young and up-and-coming guys. Jalen Brunson is the oldest guy on Team Kenny at 28 years old. Then you got Ant, you got Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Jaren Jackson Jr., Evan Mobley, and J-Dub. That's Team Kenny. Now, Team Shaq is the OGs, the GOATs, the Hall of Famers. You got Bron, KD, Steph. AD was replaced with Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Dame, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. The OGs of the league, that's Team Shaq. All right, now the fourth team that's going to be involved was the team that won the Rising Stars game, which was basically a game between the first-year players, second-year players, and G League. They did their own version of the tournament, and that team is going to be coached by Candace Parker. That team is going to be made up of Dalton Knecht, Stephen Castle, Zach Edey, Keontae George, Jalen Wells, Ryan Dunn, and Tracy Jackson Jr. Now, I know that you guys may be thinking, I don't really know too many of those guys. Just bear with me. That is part of why I think that this could be an entertaining night, so just bear with me. These 4 8-man teams are going to compete in a single elimination tournament to see who's going to be the champion of the whole thing. So first round's going to be Team Chuck versus Team Kenny, the overseas guys versus the young guns. No time clock, no quarters, it's first to 40. Every round is first to 40. So Team Chuck is going to take on Team Kenny in the first semifinals round. Then you're going to have Team Shaq versus Team Rising Stars in the other semifinal rounds. The winner of each of those rounds will face off in the championship, like I said, first to 40, and then that is going to be the winner of the whole thing. The first place team, every player on the first place team gets $125,000. The second place team, everyone gets $50,000, and the third and fourth place teams, everyone gets $25,000. Now, let's stay right there on the money. Now, this is the first reason why I think that this could be an entertaining All-Star game. Because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking $125,000, that's nothing to some of these guys. Guys like Bron, guys like Steph, guys like KD. They done had multi-million-dollar contracts for their whole career. What is 125 bands, right? And you're right. 125,000 isn't going to motivate those types of guys to play harder in the All-Star game. But you know who it will motivate? These rising star guys. Jalen Wells, Ryan Dunn, Tracy Jackson Davis, Zach Edey. These guys who are in their first year, some of these guys are on two-ways. They've never made big money. $125,000 is going to go a long way for those guys. It's going to motivate them to play harder than they ordinarily would because they figure it's an all-star game. These guys aren't used to playing with each other. We have a chance to win if we play hard, and they don't. And I think that in and of itself will make the game competitive because Bron, KD, Steph, Jason Tatum, these guys don't really have that much to prove, but they just came off of the Olympics. They just came off of being said that they are the greatest collection of stars ever. Do you think their egos can really handle losing in a first round pickup game to Dalton Knecht and Zach Edey? Some of these guys like Jalen Wells aren't even starters on their own team. Bron, KD, and Steph may not want to try extra hard in the All-Star game because they got to prepare for the stretch of the season, but they're also not trying to get embarrassed and lose on a global stage to a bunch of first-year rotational guys. You know what I'm saying? So that competition of how hard these guys are going to play because of the money, is going to force LeBron and them to play a little bit harder so that they don't lose, so that they don't get embarrassed. So I think that will force them to be a little bit more competitive, and that's exactly what we want out of the All-Star game. We want to see more competition. Now, the next reason that I think that this is going to be a pretty interesting All-Star game is because they finally gave into this concept of international stars versus the American-born stars. I think there's this unspoken animosity that some American-born players probably feel that feels like Adam Silver is trying to push the international players to be the new faces of the league by changing certain rules and promoting these guys. And I think the young and up-and-coming stars who the international team's going to play in the first round, guys like Ant, guys like Cade Cunningham, they're going to be motivated to be like, no, we're going to be the new faces. We're going to be the guys that take over after LeBron, Steph, and KD and these guys retire. We're going to be the next faces. So I think they're going to be extra motivated to beat these international guys like Jokic and Shea and Wemby and show that we're just as good, if not better than those guys. And in that same token, I think the international players feel the same way. I think they're like, yeah, we may come from these foreign lands and we have to come to America and leave our families to play here, but we still represent where we're from. We still feel like we're just as good and just as capable as all the American-born NBA players, and we want to put on display that we can beat them, that we can carry the league. And I think that dynamic, that kind of unspoken tension will make these games more competitive. And that's what we all wanted. After seeing last year, seeing guys put up 200 points, that's what we want. We want to see a more competitive game. And I think that those factors will force these guys to play a little bit hard. The third and last reason why I think that this could be one of the more entertaining All-Star games we've seen in a long time is the score factor. Now, there's no time limit. We're not doing quarters. We're not doing halves. We're doing first to 40 points, the first to 40 wins. I think that this will be easily digestible to the casual fan. Like, most people who are going to watch this game can have played pickup basketball in some capacity. We've played in a concept where there's no clocks and it's first to 11, 12, 16, or whatever it is. I think that this is more relatable to the casual fan who will be able to just follow the concept of a single score count. Also, I think that this will be better for the players. I think a lot of times players either don't want to play too hard or don't want to play a lot of minutes because they know that they got to prepare for down the stretch, especially some veteran guys. They got to stay healthy, stay fresh for the last 20 plus games of the season. And this situation, 40 points, that could either take all day, or if a couple people get hot, that could be a 5-minute stretch. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's kind of the concept of, like, think about a ball drop or a countdown. You're anticipating a total. So the closer you get to that total, the more everyone's going to feel the tension. The more everyone's going to buckle down and gear in to getting to that total and winning. And I think that's going to make for better scoring, better teamwork overall, and it's going to make for more defense. Now, those are the three main reasons why I think if everyone does their job, that's an important part. If everyone plays their position, all four teams, well, this could be an amazing All-Star game. Now, into the predictions of the game. Now, the first matchup is the overseas guys versus the young and up-and-comers. Team Chuck versus Team Kenny. I think the international guys are going to win this. You got Jokic, Shea, Wemby. You just got a whole bunch of size and talent. These young guys don't really have. You got Evan Mobley and you got Jaren Jackson, but really both of those guys are fours. They're not really fives. And then you just got so much size with Wemby, Cat, Sengun, Jokic. They may be lacking a little bit of ball handling, but they still got Shea, they got Trae Young, they got Donovan Mitchell. I think the international guys are going to win that and advance to the finals. Now, the other semifinal match, Team Shaq and the OGs versus Team Candace and the Rising Star guys. As hard as I think the Rising Star guys are going to play, and I do think that they're going to force Bron, Katie, Steph, and these guys to play hard. I don't think that they'll be able to just cherry walk and get a dub, and I don't think that they're just going to roll over and let the Rising Star guys win. I do think the Team OGs are going to win, but I think that this is going to be a close game. I think that they're going to be running hard, getting up and down, and they're going to force these guys like Steph and them to play some defense. They're going to force them to play a competitive game, but I think the Team OGs are going to advance to the finals. And then you're going to have the international guys versus the OGs, the current faces of the league, the guys in their last stretch. You're finally going to see Jokic, Wemby, and Cat and these guys versus LeBron, Steph, KD. It's almost going to be like watching the Olympics again, but it's going to be all the teams combined versus the OGs, and I think deep down everyone kind of wants to see that. Now it's unfortunate Giannis, another great international star, won't be a part of that collection, but I think deep down that is kind of what we want to see. If the last hurrah of the great faces of the league, the OGs, versus the international stars who seem to be taking over, winning all these MVPs and such, and in that matchup,
moments later,
I'm still split. I think just being, I guess I gotta go with the OGs. I gotta go with Bron, Steph, KD. They've been the greatest in the world for 15 plus years. I guess I gotta take them, but this is gonna be a nail biter. This is why I think that this is gonna be an amazing All-Star weekend, because I do think it's gonna come down to a last shot. I think it's gonna be, the final score is gonna be some 47-38, something like that. But again, like I said, y'all let me know what you think. Do you like these changes in the format? What players are you most likely looking to see? Do you hate it? Do you think it's dumb? Y'all let me know in the comments. Thanks for rocking out with your boy. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and we out of here, man. Thank you for watching another episode of The Last Word. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below so you're not missing out on any of the new content I drop on this channel. Love.